and Armagh. Your commentator is Ger Canning.
Meath have lost Kevin Riley to injury, replaced in the starting 15 by Shane O'Rourke. Elsewhere, Mickey Burke comes in at right cornerback. Brian Mead and Adam Flanagan are named in midfield, and David Bray starts alongside his brother Stephen in the full forward line. Opponents Armagh must do without their captain, Kieran McKeever. A foot injury keeps him out, and he's replaced by Aaron Kernan. At the other end of the field, Jamie Clark is still the main attacking weapon for the Orchard County, with 25% of their scores so far. Stephen Campbell out here as far as Aidan Forker. Down along the line it comes towards Tony Kernan. He can be a major threat for Armagh. Back in here again towards Aidan Forker, trying it. That's a poor mistake there by the goalkeeper. Oh, it's broken loose as far as Jamie Clark, and Clark has flashed that one over the crossbar. Armagh's first score. Well, Paddy O'Rourke came out for that one. It should have been cleared properly. It wasn't. And in the end, the shot came in from just outside the 20-metre line from Jamie Clark. Clark once again now goes after this one, holds on to it, shows a lot of tenacity, plenty of challenges ready to come in on him. Back as far as Stephen Harold. Here's Tony Kernan. Good ball in. Does its job, gets it into Aidan Forker, and Forker puts it over the bar. Meath's defence exposed rather badly that time, not really as sharp as they should be. And you can be certain that the manager, Paul Grimley of Armagh, will be pleased with that. His side look bright, and they draw level. 9.5 minutes are gone. This is nicely carried in here by Shane O'Rourke, wearing number 18. Oh, what an effort that was by Newman. Well, he was denied by the width of the post that time. And that shot here may have touched the goalkeeper's fingers, but it certainly touched the crossbar as well. Now Damien Carroll. Clever build-up from the back here. Donnacha Tobin. Losing his footing, losing possession, on by Harold. In as far as Jamie Clark. Back here as far as Aidan Forker. As a point for the taking. And this time, calm as you like, he slots it over the bar. Very good play indeed by the 22-year-old from Maori, and his second point of this match means that Armagh lead by 2. Both sides with players, many players playing in defence when need arises. And then the turnover again by Meath. They've done that far too often in this match. Aidan Forker able to solo forward, link up with the other corner, half forward rather, Tony Kernan. Back towards Forker. This is promising. That's much better. Lovely score. And already Aidan Forker has got himself 3 points from open play in this match as his team lead by 3. Tony Kernan again back in here as far as Stephen Campbell. He can crack it from here from the edge of the D. Campbell looks confident, and that's his first of the day and his 6th of the championship season so far. And Stephen Campbell cracks it beautifully in the rain. Coming out way out from full forward Stephen Bray. Damien Carroll. And he makes some lovely passes. Linking up beautifully here with the quarter forward David Bray. Back out again. And that one is a good looking shot, and that's gone over from Damien Carroll. Set it up initially with David Bray's involvement, and now Meath have got the last 2 scores, and in the space of 60 seconds they've eaten into Armagh's lead, and it's now back to a 4-point game once again, and Meath fans will feel they're not without hope. Brian McMahon just about held on to by Menton, delivered here as far as the substitute Graham Riley, and Riley wants to make an immediate involvement and immediate impact, and he's done so. 3 in a row. And Meath fans absolutely delighted with that change, and the change of fortunes as well. You can only imagine what was said in the Armagh dressing room. There they were, leading by 8 points to 2. That's hit there by Graham Riley, and Graham Riley right from the office put that one over the bar, his second point. So the teams are level right at the beginning of this second half now, 8 points apiece. What an impact Graham Riley is making. That's hit out by Aidan Forker, taken by Aaron Kernan. Well, they've surrendered their lead, and now they have it back again within seconds. And it's Aaron Kernan who takes it. Oh, they're all happy. Point apiece, start of the second half. Adam Flanagan on his debut in the championship. That's debut start, that is, in as far as David Bray, and David Bray puts it over the bar. 2 points for him as well. Brilliant start to the second half. Every attack is producing something. In as far as Stephen Campbell, players in support of him. Aaron Kernan is one of them, making tracks here, gliding through the middle, kicking it brilliantly and putting it over the bar. Great work by Aaron Kernan. Second point for him. And Meath come once again. And again it's turned over. And it's Stephen Campbell reaching in for it and taking it away. Helped out by Aidan Forker. Great pace in this match. Michael Murray now, laying it off as far as Tony Kernan. 45 metres out. Slipped in neatly here. Back it comes as far as Mark Shields. Shields has got an opening here as a point for the taking. Hit under pressure and put over the bar. Mark Shields first of the match. And that puts Armagh into a 2-point lead. 12 points to 10 they lead. Rory Grugan in the action immediately. Hand passing this one into the path of Stephen Campbell. On a difficult evening for footballers to show up their very best, Stephen Campbell knocks over another point. When you consider where Armagh were this time last year, performing poorly, some transformation in their fortunes. Andy Mallon back in here as far as Brian Mallon, and Brian Mallon has put it over the bar. Well, how about that, to be able to bring on a player of his vast experience to steady things down right now and to give greater assurance to the fans here at Croke Park supporting Armagh. 63 minutes are gone in this match. 5 points between the teams, with Armagh leading. Once again it's Graham Riley setting things up with Shane O'Rourke. They need a goal. There hardly is enough time for them to pick off the points that they require. Brian Menton back here as far as Graham Riley. Riley kicking it up into the air and accurately dispatching it over the bar. His third of the match. It keeps them in touch. It keeps them going. Philip McAvoy kicking it out. 70 minutes has now been played. Paul Grimley on the sideline, Kieran McGeeney, and all of the others in the backroom team. It's not just about Paul Grimley, it's about Peter McDonnell and Martin McQuillan as well. People have set up this very good Armagh team to come through the qualifiers, showed splendid form. Stephen Forker kicks, and he gets that one over the bar. A goal against Roscommon 2 weeks ago, and now he chips in with a point. The referee blows his final whistle. It's been a terrific campaign for Armagh. They're in the quarterfinals of the All-Ireland Series, and I think we could be hearing quite a bit more of Armagh this year. They finish at Croke Park. Armagh 18 points, Meath 13.
Well, it's disappointing that we didn't advance to the next round, to the quarter-final. We wanted to do that. It would have been a step forward compared to last year. I think in the league we did a solid league and we blooded a lot of players, and we'll continue to do that. I mean, half the Meath team, they're either playing the first or second season of championship football, so we'll stand by them and work hard with them.
OK, disappointing for Meath. We'll chat about them in a moment. Dermot Early, how impressed were you with Armagh?
Yeah, Des, I was very impressed. I mean, this is their 6th game now, and we've seen them play, and each time they're playing, they seem to improve an awful lot. One of the areas where I felt they were excellent was the speed in which they moved from defence into attack. And again, you know, I suppose we associate Armagh with Jamie Clark. He's been their main forward. Yesterday he only scored a point, but the rest of the forward division really did chip in well, especially Aidan Falker, Kyle Carraher, who has been improving, Kevin Dias, Tony Kerwin. They've all added to the forward dimension, which I suppose you would have questioned Armagh in the past. You would have said, yeah, they only have Jamie Clark, but now they certainly have a full unit. So I'm very impressed with them.
Yeah. And for Meath, Kevin, Mick there saying the frustration they felt.
Yeah.
They haven't gone anywhere.
Well,
really
if you're doing a strict audit, no further than last year. They were fairly bullish about their chances this year. I think on a bit of a decent league, I suppose the best you could put it, but they had a great win against Kildare, and I think there was a lot of optimism because of Mick O'Dowd and the management team, Trevor Giles and others that he has in with them, that they're of Meath, understand the dynamic of Meath life and the way of doing things, but the performance was poor. No question about that. Okay, they're within a point at half time, but when it came to deciding who was going to win it, there was only one team, and very un-Meath-like, they fell away.
Do you know what he's done though? He's changed his tactics. He went for a quick player, fast player, mobility and that there. But he's no intensity in the team, and that's what they're lacking. And we look at Meath. It's not like a Meath team. There was no cutting in them. And it's interesting. I met Tony Martin in Galway, and I was asking about training horses to training a footballer, and he said it's all heart. It's an end. It was about heart. Maybe Tony Martin should start training that Meath team.
Maybe you should keep them out of Galway races. But that's
Kildare have made 4 late changes and have lost some key players from their starting team. Out go Mick Foley and Mick O'Grady from the full back line, and Niall Kelly and Tomás O'Connor from the attack. Hugh McGrillen and Emmett Bolton come into the defence. Paddy Brophy and Hugh Lynch start up front. There are 3 switches on the Monaghan 15. Cornerback Ryan Wiley is out, and so are attackers Stephen Goligly and Dermot Malone. Conor Boyle, Chris McGuinness and Thomas Kerr are added to the Monaghan team. Monaghan had the disappointment, the serious disappointment of losing their Ulster crown against Donegal. Ball is like a bar of soap. Here's Alan Smith now. Smith can really turn it on. Colin Walsh is there with him, and Smith with a lovely score. Really good reply to the Monaghan lead point as the rain continues to drive down, and Alan Smith, that's encouraging for Kildare. The eye seems to be in. And Monaghan, well, there was a little bit of space, and Colin Walsh showing a wonderful turn of pace, and his distribution isn't bad either. Chris McGuinness for Monaghan, first of all by Drew Wiley, and then Colin Walsh. His decision to get forward and join the attack paid off, and a tidy finish from McGuinness. Paddy Brophy. Well, there's 2 Monaghan defenders back there, but only Alan Smith for Kildare now. Emmett Bolton through. What a goal from Emmett Bolton! What an absolute stunner! A peach of a goal from Emmett Bolton, right into the top corner, and Rory Beggan, who was a good distance out off his line, could do nothing about it. Great fielding from Alan Smith. He was being double teamed. Bolton popped up, bang! Kildare in business. Pushing that forward for Alan Smith. Somehow he managed to stand it up for Smith. Wonderful skill. And McNally is involved, and it's in, and it's into the back of the net by Emmett Bolton. Bolton has got in there again for his second Kildare goal, and Monaghan cut apart again, and Emmett Bolton really making a point to Jason Ryan, his manager, with 2 goals. And Monaghan look to reply with 10 minutes to go to half-time, and it's Darren Hughes who puts the ball over for Monaghan. They've struggled to score from play. It's only their 2nd point from play, the other 3 from place balls, and that's a good one from Darren Hughes, no question. Keith Cribben has a look up and sees some open road in front of him, the gap and the door closed in his face. Here come Kildare again, and that is a wonderful score. Great patience and a great finish from Padraig O'Neill. The Monaghan defence just switched off, and Padraig O'Neill is having a good game for Kildare. Desi Moan, and now it's Chris McGuinness. McGuinness is through. McGuinness goes down. Where was the contact? Was it outside or inside? The referee hasn't given a signal. Certainly there's going to be a place ball of some sort. But will it be a penalty or will it be just outside? David Coldrick is going in to consult with his umpire. Where exactly was the contact? inside or outside. On first glance, it would appear that it was just outside, so it won't be a penalty. It's a free in instead. Fractionally just outside. He did fall inside. Over it goes. No issue for Conor McManus. The rain continues to fall. Monaghan managed only 2 points from play in the first half. Kildare kicked 2-4, and is this 2-5? It is, and that is a stunning score from Hugh Lynch just 20 seconds into the second half, and an absolute screamer of a point. Emmett Bolton on a hat-trick, remember, had a really superb first half here in Croke Park. Oh, juggling with it and losing the ball to Stephen Goligly, but the referee has given a free, and he's got the notebook out, and Emmett Bolton reacted as he lost the ball to Stephen Goligly. There will be a card, and it's a black card for Emmett Bolton. So his night's work is over, and that is a huge blow to Kildare. Paddy Brophy. Now there's some space for Owen Doyle. Doyle, good ball in. Beggan is out off his line. Callahan trying to draw it in. It's hit the post. Wide. Eamon Callahan with a glorious chance for goal number 3 for Kildare. What on earth were the Monaghan defence doing? Out to lunch, and the post denies Kildare a third goal. Paul Finlay. Sliding out for it is Conor McManus. McManus lets it move. Now it's Vinnie Corey. Has he the legs on Padraig O'Neill? Corey! What a goal from Vinnie Corey! An absolute stunner from the Monaghan centre-back. We've seen a couple of fantastic goals here at Croke Park. Mark Donlan, you could question his positioning. He was out a long way off his line, and it sailed over his head. He could only watch it go over his head, and Vinnie Corey puts Monaghan 2 points clear. Paul Finlay. Now Fintan Kelly, and now it's Carl O'Connell, the Monaghan substitute. Didn't fancy it himself. Fintan Kelly does, and Kelly with a lovely score and such an important point for the Clonus wingback. Fintan Kelly. Carl O'Connell was involved, wasn't sure, and then decided, I'm going to go for this, and Kelly slotted it over. Padraig O'Neill, now Owen O'Flaherty, Niall Kelly. Now Eamon Callahan from inside the 45. Callahan putting that over, and it's a draw game. With 5 minutes to go, their patience paid off. The passing was precise. And Eamon Callahan, the captain, leading the way. A draw game with exactly 5 minutes to go. And now up towards Tomás O'Connor. Sticks the big right hand out to collect the ball. O'Connor hasn't scored so far. Owen O'Flaherty. One last chance from O'Flaherty, and that has gone over. It's a stunning point from Owen O'Flaherty. And Kildare lead as we head into added time. And is this the point that sends Kildare into the All-Ireland quarter-finals? Paul Finlay. Finlay lets that go in towards McManus, who hit the deck. Ollie Lyons in there, it's a free in. Well, McManus was out in front of Ollie Lyons. They have had such a battle. And Conor McManus, well, he still has to put it over the bar, and he's done just that. And we are going to go to extra time. Now there's some space for Owen O'Flaherty to work in. O'Flaherty steadies down, had to score, and does score. What a brilliant point he got towards the end of the 70 minutes. And that is a very important score from Owen O'Flaherty. The Monaghan defence, they were in reverse. Jack McCarran. Jack fancying a go himself. Jack McCarran, and what an inspired substitution from Malachy O'Rourke. Jack McCarron, it's only his second touch of the ball. He's on the field about 20 seconds and he does this and Monaghan go in front. Here they come again with Kieran Hughes. Last minute of the first period of extra time. Here's an opportunity for McGuinness. Goal! Chris McGuinness. Monaghan have made their move, sliding it under the body of Mark Donlan. What a calm finish from a player who's played really well at full forward and coming into his own in extra time. Ryan Wiley to Drew, beating them all, the fullback. Drew Wiley to seal it, to put two scores between them, and that is an absolute corker from Drew Wiley. And that surely is the insurance score now. Here come Kildare. Will they get one more chance to get this goal to give us another day? And very few would argue with it at this stage. It's been a stunning game. Now it's Owen O'Flaherty. Is there a goal? Alan Smith, oh, he's put it over. He's put it over. He went for the goal, but just got under it, Alan Smith. And surely that is that. And there is the whistle. Monaghan have made history. They've won their first championship match in Croke Park in 84 years. Kildare go out, and Monaghan, for them, next weekend, it's the All-Ireland champions Dublin.
I suppose at half-time we felt we weren't playing as well as we'd liked. Then the second half, you know, it took us a while to get going as well. But the one thing that the boys have in spades is character, and they showed that towards the end. We just refused to give in, and you know, we came back and got the draw at the end. And then I thought, you know, as the game went on, in the extra time we got stronger, and we got the goal at a crucial time. But I thought our work rate, just our general hunger around the field was much better. We closed them down a lot harder. We made it hard for them to score. I'm just delighted to get through it.
In normal time, it's a pity we just didn't quite finish it out, you know, and we maybe didn't. It would have been nice to be able to maximise after we scored the 2 goals to create a little bit more of a cushion, and we allowed Monaghan back with a few extra points. And during the course of the game, we conceded a lot of frees, and those frees were problematic, you know, in the scheme of things.
We're facing into an incredible challenge next week, you know, and so that's for another day. So unfortunately, we can't enjoy tonight for too long, and we just have to, you know, get ourselves prepared for you know, the top team in the country coming down the tracks next weekend. So we'll just have to look at that.
Yeah, well, no doubt a fantastic win for Monaghan. And Kevin, their first victory in Croker since 1984 in the championship.
Yeah,
it's
and
a great achievement.
They did it in some style, because they were asked every question in the book. Like, what's forgotten now in the euphoria of a brilliant and deserved victory is that Kildare were up at half-time. Kildare were up by 3 at half-time. They're up by a point right on the stroke of full-time, and yet the bravery of Monaghan to come back and be looking for that equaliser and getting it, and then dictate a little bit in extra time. So it was just an absorbing contest. It was the best game of the season, I would say.
In dreadful conditions.
In dreadful. There were horrendous conditions in Croker last night, but every player, that you know, 40-odd players that played last night, they really deserve to be really commended, because they gave it their all, and it was just one of those massive contests where it was a pity there had to be a loser, but Monaghan deservedly marched through to next weekend.
And Martin, just to pick up on that point, Monaghan at one point looked in real trouble when Kildare had got the goals, but they didn't let their heads drop.
Yeah, exactly, Des. You know, and it's interesting we're talking about Kildare.